Hey guys, how you all doing? Hope you're all keeping well, keeping your heads down in these, I know I'm smiling and I know it's a serious business, but I hope you're all keeping your heads down and keeping well. But hey, I bet you all thought I got lost, didn't you? Well, I've got to be honest, the truth of it is I ain't been very well. About 6 weeks ago, I come down with what I believe to be a chest infection. But I mean, it could have been COVID. I've no idea until we all get a test and know whether we've had it or not. We ain't gonna know, and I still ain't completely over it yet. So about 6 weeks ago, I come down with what I believe to be a chest infection because COVID hadn't even been spoke about at the time. 6 or 8 weeks ago. And I started off with a sore throat, terrible cough, and it lasted about a fortnight, and then it started to get better. Temperature and everything started to get better and better and better and better, to the point where sort of 8 weeks now, and I've virtually lost my cough. It's gone. But so that's where I've been. I just ain't been very well. But I hope you lot are all keeping okay though. Just keep your heads down. It's a difficult time, isn't it? So that's why I ain't put any videos on. But I've got a few to put on. Obviously continuing with the boat, and so that, but they am going to be, of course, 2 or 3 months old. You know, when I first recorded them, but I'm still chesty now. But I can't wait for this test to come out so we can see whether we've all had it or not. You know, obviously I ain't at work, but of course that'll give me a bit of time now to put a couple of videos on. But of course we can't go up the boat because the marina's closed. So of course we'll see what happens, won't we? But anyway, I'll put a few videos on. Seriously, I hope you're all keeping well. Keep your heads down, and of course we'll all get let out eventually, no doubt. But anyway, here's a couple of videos. I'll put one on. I'll put a couple on over the next week or so, and so you can all catch up with where I am. But in the meantime, keep well, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Morning guys, how you doing? So it's dark outside, so obviously I stopped over last night. So let's get down here so you can see me. So I've put the doors on, as you know. Why it's dark out there, I'm just going to put a little bit of trim around the gunnels. So all I've done in my case, you can probably see the rest of the gunnel strips that I've put down. All I've done, I've took a piece of flat pine, and obviously radiused the corners. I've glued on another strip of pine, just half of one of these, onto the back edge just to form that L shape. And of course there's an offcut, and all I'm doing is sticking it under there. Well, you might be able to see it better there, so it's just going on there like that. Whether you can see it actually. So let me just demonstrate. So it's just going on like that. So that's what we're up to today. So let's get a bit of sanding done, just to get them nice and smooth, and then we'll glue them on. Smooth as a babby's bum, as they say. A little bit more on the radiuses. So obviously most of the work in the bedroom's done now. I know it all needs painting up, but I ain't going to start painting until it's all timbered out and the dust's out the way. Let me just drop this down a little bit because cutting my head off. Is that better? Can you see me now? So yes, I know it's in softwood, it's in pine. Well, all the panellings, someone asked me the question on YouTube the other day. The panelling's all hardwood, so it's hardwood face ply. And all the timber, all the real wood you can see is in pine. Which I know is a softwood, but at the end of the day, a lot of boats are done in MDF these days, and I'd sooner have, in my opinion, I'd sooner have pine than MDF. But that's my choice. There's nothing wrong with MDF. A lot of boats are done in it now. Obviously, it's got to be moisture resistant MDF, of course. Well, a couple of days' time, we'll have had the boat a year. Crikey, I tell you what, anyone who's planning on doing a boat like this, just on a weekend, on a Saturday, or some days a Saturday and a Sunday, or some days, anyone who's planning on doing a boat like this, just on a weekend, you need to allow yourself a couple of years. Because I was surprised, I thought I'd have this done in sort of 12, 18 months. It ain't gonna be. It's gonna be a couple of years. My plan, and let's hope I can stick to it, so it won't be on the water. So I've got to race, absolutely race, and spend all my time here to get it in the water for next summer. So April, May, which ain't gonna happen. There's absolutely no way. So what's the point? So next year, that's 2020. There's no point in rushing, because there's no point in rushing to get it done for the winter, because it'll just be moored up anyway. So next year, I'm gonna have another year, obviously finishing the boat off, and I'm hoping 2021, about March, April 2021, it'll be in the water. That's when, and then we can enjoy the whole summer on it as a finished boat. But there's no point, there's no way I'm going to get this done in the next 3 or 4 months to enjoy the summer of 2020. There's no point in racing to get it done for the winter, so I might as well just take my time, have another good 16, 17 months, and get it ready for 2020 and make a nice job of it. So that's the plan, guys. That's where we are. And anyone, seriously, anyone who's going to tackle a project like this, you need to allow yourself a couple of years. If you're only doing it on a Saturday, you know, just that one day of the week, which I am, because it's quite a task. Well, there you go. So that's another gunnel strip done. So I'll get that stuck on in just a sec. And that's another bit done. Okay, guys. Let's get another one on. Hang on, let's get my glue. La 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 la. Okay. Bit of glue. There we go. Just put a little bit on the end of that joint. And this is the last one for this side. One clamp. La 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 la, block of wood for that. A little bit of wood. Oh, come here. The last one. Give him a bit of a tap, just make sure we're up nice and tight. There we go. Get rid of a bit of that excess. There we have it, guys. So that's another one on, and in fact the last one. I'll just show you. The rest of them. There we go. So that's all the gunnel strips down the length of the boat. Okay, let's start with the top ones now. Okay guys, so there's the gunnel strips in place. As you can see, I've started putting some of the demould strips up the joints in the on the sidewalls and on the roof. All it is the same process, just strips of pine glued into place. Obviously I've put a few props in just to hold it while it sets, but so there's a few pieces of trim work in place. Still more to do, of course, but there's a joint I need to put one on, and again the same there, and obviously more strips, still more strips to do, but there's a few in place anyway, as you can see. But right, we'll carry on, do a bit more, and so there you go. Okay, so what I've done, I've cut a few scraps up now. I'm working on the bulkheads, obviously, at the stern of the boat. So what I've done, I've cut a sheet of hardwood ply in half. So I've got exactly 2 halves down the length, and obviously that's for the bulkheads at the stern of the boat. So so what I've done, I've cut a template out of some scraps, and obviously I've made the template as accurately as I can. I'll show it you now. As accurately as I can to the profile of the boat, and then we'll put that on top of the ply and we'll cut it out. So here, come and have a look at it. So there you go guys, that's my template. Like you can see, it matches the profile of the boat reasonably accurately. So nothing bigger than the trim will hide, of course. So there we have it. So there's your template. It's important that you make that as accurate as you can, and then you've got every chance of your bulkhead fitting properly. Okay, so I'll show you. I'm just going to go and draw around it and cut it out with the jigsaw, and then I'll show you as soon as I get it back in the boat. There you go, just a few bits of batten, just where the bulkhead's are going to go, just to secure it. There you go guys, there's a template laid on the sheet ply. I'll just draw around that now and cut it out. So there you go guys, that's the template built. Only built out of scraps, that's all it needs to be. Just need to get it as close to the profile of the boat as you can. And then obviously we can draw around that on our half sheet of ply, and that'll be another bulkhead done. Obviously there's the other side which I did earlier on, and of course the kitchen cabinet will start from there. Obviously this is going to be the electrical cupboard with all the inverter and chargers and solar, etc. All the switch gear is going to be in there, and of course this side will be, the calorifier will be in the bottom, and then obviously a little bit of storage in the top. So there you go.